Welcome to the channel. My name is Coach and I'm your go-to source for everything relating to TNA. And let's talk about tonight's episode, because although I think it was pretty good, I do have something that just icks me, and TNA has been doing it a lot recently. And that is the fact that their world champions do not show up. Now, someone said in my comment in my recent TNA video that the world champion not showing up is beneficial for the international championship because it seems like a lot bigger deal, and I get that. It makes sense to me. But on the other hand, I want to see the world champion on my show. When Joe Henry was here, there were often times where he was just having backstage segments and not actually appearing. And although it kind of fits with Trick Williams' gimmick, we didn't get any follow-up on what happened on NXT. And I get that, the shows are taped, you don't want to spoil stuff, but even just a little bit of a follow-up, like Trick Williams teamed up with First Class and we did not see anything about that tonight. I would like to see what happens with that. Santana was also not on the show tonight. He didn't have any type of feedback or any type of response to what happened. The show was good without it, but it does cause this feeling of, is the World Championship really that important? Like, the International Championship is having an amazing run. Steve Maclin is having great matches, great feuds. It seems fine on its own. It seems like the X Division Championship is suffering, if anything, but we're going to get to that. But I feel like the World Championship, it should be treated a lot better. And let's not even get to the Knockouts Championship where, Masha Slamovich just doesn't appear that much either. And if it doesn't bother you as much as it bothers me, that's fine, right? Wrestling is subjective to everyone and we can all like our own things. Most of us watch TNA and only enjoy half this stuff, let's be honest, because there's a lot we don't really enjoy. But yeah, this whole World Championship thing, it just icks me so much. But besides that, let's get into the show because it was pretty good. It opened with our newest knockout, Indy Hartwell, going up against Tasha Steelz, picking up a clean victory, ending their little mini feud. I really liked this match, pretty solid match, but the key important thing that happened was Mustafa Ali was really pissed at Tasha Steelz after the match and pushed her down once again. And I've seen some people not really into this feud saying, right, no, that you don't want to do a domestic violence type of situation. And with the stuff that's been going on with Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan, it kind of does put a bad taste in your mouth, but I don't think that was the intention at all. I really do enjoy what's happening here with Mustafa Ali and Tasha Steelz, and I feel like it's the perfect transition for Tasha Steelz to also become a babyface soon. But what happened is, Jason Och stood up to Mustafa Ali. He was not down for what Mustafa Ali was doing. Now Tasha Steelz and the other great hand, they left with Mustafa Ali, but Jason Och, he did not go with them at all. He was vehemently against this. And if this is the start of a Jason Hodge singles run, I would be so down. I remember he was in an Ultimate X match a few months ago where he really impressed me in that match and I really liked it. And he doesn't really get the spotlight in the great hands. The other guy, he's usually the one that gets most of the attention. But Jason Hodge is pretty cool. He's very good in the ring. I'm excited to see him have a singles run and see what he can do on his own. He's going to have a match against Mustafa Ali against all odds this weekend. So I'm really excited. I don't think he's going to win, but he doesn't need to. He's one of those baby faces. Well, he's now a baby face. I don't think him losing to Mustafa Ali is going to do any harm to his career at all. I just think it's going to be a great match and a start to his potential singles career. We get a little backstage segment of Mans Warner talking about how he's going to face Steve Maclin for the International Championship tomorrow night against all odds. I'm really excited for this match. I kind of want Mans Warner to win that championship. Like, I'm very high on Mans Warner. I truly do believe he has a very bright future. I didn't like him at the start. I felt like he looked too basic, and there's still a bit of that inside of me. I wish there was just a bit more. But, his character development has been very good. I kind of want to see him win that championship. And, I've really started to like Steve Maclin too since he won that International Championship and his feud with Eric Young. I've kind of really bought into him, so I would not be against him having a match against Trick Williams trying to save TNA, because let's be honest, if anyone is the standard of TNA right now, it kind of is Steve Maclin. No offense, Mike Santana, but Steve Maclin has been that guy for a long time now. But this is just me rambling. I would like to see, I think there's a lot of potential here to go with. Then we have the X Division Championship match, which I mentioned earlier. Moose defeats Eric Young to retain the X Division Championship. God damn, I can't give any damn about this. When you want to do a heel versus heel storyline, a lot of things have to go right. And what you don't do is make your psychopathic, villainous guy appease the crowd. I get it, he's in Canada, but god damn, it irritates me so much how we're supposed to cheer Eric Young during this match. Maybe they didn't try it, but Eric Young was playing to the crowd, pretending to be a babyface. That's not who Eric Young is. It just ruins kayfabe for me. And I know kayfabe is dead, right? But sometimes you still want it to be believable, right? You want to buy into this. I'm not gonna watch Monday Night Raw or SmackDown and see John Cena coming out hugging kids and then believing, oh, this guy is the guy trying to ruin wrestling. No, you gotta keep a bit of that alive. Eric Young playing to the crowd, all that stuff, it doesn't suit with his character, even if it is in Canada. Now, he lost, and afterwards they tried to save face by having him attack a fan, quote unquote. That was fine, but like, I did not like this part at all, man. I'm sorry. If you like it, good for you. This just, don't make the guy try and be a babyface while he's supposed to be this monstrous heel. We get the announcement that Dani Luna and Jody Threat are officially done. Spitfire is done. This kind of makes Myla Grace and Harley Hudson's being a tag team a lot better for me. I still wish they were singles competitors. Like, I do still believe we should focus on the Knockouts division instead of the Knockouts tag team division. But Dani Luna being a knockout now, I'm very down for that. I've been pushing for her to be a singles wrestler for a while now. I have a lot of faith in her to be a great singles wrestler. I think she could be the woman to dethrone Masha Slamovich. I firmly believed it was going to be Tessa Blanchard, but hell, Dani Luna could be that girl now. And then we have this pretty shitty Joe Henry promo. He's backstage, not even in the ring, apologizing to the fans that he lost the world championship and how he's gonna support Elijah in his match against Trick Williams. And to this, I just feel like, why? Just why? You just lost the TNA World Championship. You're just sitting there backstage being like, oh, like, sorry guys, but like Elijah, he's gonna do it. No, what actually? No, I get it. Joe Henry's gonna leave in a few months, right? He's gonna go to NXT, WWE, wherever. That is fine, but until then, you gotta use him to the best of your ability to draw crowds, right? That's what he's here for. He's very entertaining. I don't think this is the best way to do it. He just looks like a wimp. Like, his world title run was awful. Everybody agrees his world championship reign was not good. You can still salvage it. Make him look cool. Make him go after that. Be pissed. It just doesn't seem authentic that he's just sitting there being like, oh, well, I lost. Anyways, Elijah's gonna win it for me now. I didn't enjoy it. And then Frankie Kazarian comes out. He mocks him. Like, Frankie Kazarian is truly kind of a babyface of TNA. He's actually a dick. He's like really a dick, but he does care about TNA. So I kind of want Frankie Kazarian to defeat Joe Henry, because like I'm kind of turning on Joe Henry now. Like, his character doesn't do it for me. Which is maybe what they want. Maybe they want him to be this asshole traitor of TNA, which could be an interesting story. But yeah, I want Frankie Kazarian to kick his ass at Against All Odds just for my own pleasure. Talking about Harley Hudson and Myla Grace, they actually lost their debut as a tag team against Heather by Elegance and Maggie by Elegance, or is it still Maggie Lee? I don't know, which was surprising to me, and I'm cool with that decision because I've been pushing for Maggie Lee and Heather by Elegance to be the tag team and Ash by Elegance to go on a singles run. So I'm fine with this, but I don't think Harley Hudson and Myla Grace should have lost in their debut match. I do not think that is the right decision at all, but I'm open to seeing how this plays out. Then we have the Monsters Ball match between Rosemary and Xia Brookside, which Xia Brookside wins, which I was surprised by, but I'm completely down for this. She has really turned her character around. I'm not fully invested in her yet, but like, this is way better than it was before, and I can actually see myself be interested in what she does going forward. Now, on the other hand, this match should have absolutely main evented the show. Like, by no means should you have a Monsters Ball match and it is in the middle of the show. It should either close the show or open the show. Now, that's my only complaint for this. Besides this, it was a pretty solid match. Not as extreme as previous Monsters Ball matches, but like, it was never gonna be with all the recent rule changes and stuff with TNA. But it was overall a really solid match. It had the story behind it to make it actually feel important, and Xia Brookside wins. So I'm excited to see where she goes going forward. I don't think she's exactly going to slot in immediately into the Knockouts title scene. But hey, now we've got Indy Hartwell, we've got a new Xia Brookside, we potentially have Dani Luna, so we actually have women that can go and compete for Masha Slamovich. Now, I'm excited to see how this Knockouts division plays out now. We have a quick few backstage promos. The Rascals are in the treehouse talking about their tag team match coming up for the World Tag Team Championships. Elijah has a song backstage talking about how his upcoming match against Trick Williams for the world title. And then you have Lei Ying Lee and Masha Slamovich both having promos for their upcoming match Against All Odds for the championships too. So really, we didn't really build these championships for anything, which kind of sucked. But it's just a TNA thing, man. It's one of those things that happens on TNA. I'm just skimming over this because there's really not a lot to say. It was just promo packages without having the actual superstars on the show. Then we have a little, or not a little, we have a promo from Santino who says that he's going to put his title as Director of Authority on the line against Robert Stone at Against All Odds. Man, this is going to be good. I really enjoyed this story of Robert Stone coming back. I know a lot of people hate it, but I mean, it's entertaining sports entertainment. It's the type of stuff I like. It's just entertaining, man. What else do I need to say? I'm excited for this match. I hope Santino wins. He most likely is, because I don't see Robert Stone staying for much longer. So what happens to Robert Stone and Victoria Crawford then? Who knows? But, you know, excited for this match. And Santino is definitely going to use the Cobra, even if it is probably going to be banned for whatever reason. And then in the main event, we have Leon Slater, Matt Hardy, and Mike Santana going up against the Nemeth Brothers and Frankie Kazarian. A pretty solid main event, you know, not a lot of story going on, but, you know, just a casual 6-man tag team match. It was really good, very entertaining. I like all of these guys. So this match leads to the System going up against the Hardy Boys, Leon Slater, and a mysterious tag team partner at Against All Odds this weekend. So I have no idea what this is going to be. Guys, don't get your hopes up for something big because, you know, TNA surprises, we all know how those turn out. So yeah, overall tonight's show I'd say was a pretty solid 7 out of 10. It really lacked that star power or any sort of continuity from what happened on TNA, because a lot of big stuff happened on NXT, because a lot of big stuff happened on NXT, and just not following up on that kind of feels like a wasted opportunity. Like if you watch NXT and you're like, oh shit, Trick Williams is teaming up with First Class, and there's shit going on with Elijah, and Santana lost. How is this all going to play out? And Joe Henry's going to be here. What's he going to say about all that? And, you know, you watch it and it's kind of disappointing. So overall, besides that, really, I think the show is pretty good. A lot of story development. Really excited for Jason Hodge to go on a singles run. And really excited to see what happens with the Knockouts division. So yeah, if you liked the video, please leave a like, subscribe. I cover TNA every week. I'm going to cover at Against All Odds and Worlds Collide this weekend. So if you're interested in that, please leave a like, subscribe, tune into the channel. I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye, everyone.